Right, so hey everyone and welcome back to another budget photography video. Now this intro is a little bit different purely because I recorded the video and then the intro, which I'm recording now. It's now Sunday, the day of my editing and publishing. Normally I will record the intro and then I will record the actual video. So I actually filmed the video you're about to watch a few days ago. Anyway, with mobile phone cameras getting better and better, is there really a need for big chunky DSLRs and mirrorless cameras? Quite recently Samsung announced the S20 and S20 Ultra that shoots 8K at 108 megapixels, which is crazy, really, if you think about it. Absolutely crazy, mad resolution. So with that in mind, what can phone cameras do? Well, let's find out. This is a brand new series that I'm going to be doing, mobile phone photography, and the first one coming up right now is long exposures. I hope you enjoy. So I'm in photo mode, as I said once before, and I'm going to go along to more, and then light paintings. Now that I'm in light paintings, select silk water, which is exactly what I want to do, and I'm going to adjust the tripod because this shot isn't very well balanced. So I'm just going to make sure that's nice and straight. Looks, there we go, that'll be okay. And then I'm not going to actually go over to the ultra wide for this shot because I just want to demonstrate the picture quality, and yeah, so you guys can see it in real time. So I'm just going to let that now expose. As you can see now, it is taking lots of pictures. There are swans and ducks in the lake. It has started to smoothen out the water, so it is exposed for the water, and it is exposing at the moment as well for the sky, because you can start to see the clouds in the sky are actually starting to get a little bit of movement in the picture, which is something that you do want when you're doing long exposure. You don't want the exposure to be too short, because otherwise it's just not going to look right. So if I stop this now again at 40 seconds, and if I just smooth out the water, so we'll do this again, and I'm just going to smooth out the water, so yeah, about there. So you go 4-second exposure, and we'll go back into that. And there's not really much movement going on in the actual picture itself compared to that one or that one. That one's probably one of my favourite ones, although it will need some editing. So yeah, you can see in the top here that there isn't really much movement going on at all in the skies, while there is movement going on down here with the swans and the ducks, and obviously the water has been smoothed out. There's not really much going on up here, so which is a bit of a downside to this. Whereas if we go to this one, which is what I took, you can see, if I zoom in, that the clouds are actually moving in the picture, which is quite nice, and it looks a little bit more authentic. Now, the only problem with shooting on here is that it doesn't allow you to edit the pictures, so to speak, because they're not raw files like they would be if you had done this on a camera, on a real, like DSLR or a mirrorless camera or a compact or whatever. So unfortunately you don't have that manipulation. So if I go into the basic editor, if I go to that one, if I go into the basic editing tool on this phone and then go to adjust, now bearing in mind that this probably isn't the best software to use, and I would normally use Lightroom for this. So, but we can have some play with it, so we can sort the exposure out, which automatically, first of all, just brings the image a hell of a lot better. You can see a lot more. I don't think we'll really touch the contrast. No, I think we'll keep the contrast there. Let's have a look at the saturation. So do you see, you can kind of see what I mean with the saturation. The blues in the sky are just horrible. So we'll bring that back, and then we'll go to sharpness. We will put in some sharpness, just because I think it's a little bit blue, a little bit dull otherwise. And then the sun itself at the top right hand corner is a little bit overexposed, so I'm actually going to bring to about there, just to bring the highlights down. Let's have a look at the shadows. There we go. So that's now starting to look a little bit better within the, this is the native editing app. So I mean, we can't really do much with the hue, because otherwise it just, too far that way it's too blue, too far that way it's just yellow. So you do have to kind of get this exactly right. I'm not going to make this black and white. While that would be a really, you can hear all the ducks in the background, I expect. While this would be a really simple way to just sort it out, I can just go like that. I don't really, how do I go back? I don't really like that, to be fair, but it's a bit late now because I've now put the black and white filter on. I don't know how to get rid of it, but that's okay. But what we can do is we can compare to the original. So if I push the compare button down here, you can see the original and the one that I have just edited. Now, bearing in mind that this is in black and white, and I didn't really want it in black and white, but it is still quite a nice image overall. So if I save that now, let's just save that picture, and then we zoom in. We haven't really actually lost much quality in editing or anything at all. It's still a really, really nice image all in all, and I am actually quite happy with this. I mean, I probably would, if I was to actually use this image, then I probably would crop in a little bit maybe, and I'd probably do some proper editing in Lightroom or Adobe Photoshop. But as someone that just wants to grab a quick, long exposure on their phone and only really carry around a tripod or a tripod and their phones, then it's actually pretty good. I mean, that shot there, I'm actually pretty happy with that shot that you're looking at right now on your screen. So yeah, I mean, this is a 40 megapixel camera, so there is a lot of data to be had within this sensor. So yeah, I mean, if we go to any of the other ones, then it does just start to, if we go to, because it's not nighttime, this traffic trails is designed for nighttime. So if I now push to record it now, it just then utterly overexposes it because it's designed for nighttime, but it's basically still working on the same principle of taking pictures and gathering them all up and putting them into one to make the picture itself. And I really rather enjoy it. I have used this feature before to take pictures because I didn't want to really carry around my big heavy DSLR, a tripod and ND filters and this and that and the other. So I just used my phone. So yeah. Anyway guys, thanks for joining me in this video, and I'll see you in the next one.